in your house. You ought to have something mighty powerful in your house. You ought to have a strong testimony. Your testimony about Jesus ought to carry some weight. Ain't no need of you talking in the attic and then living in the basement. Am I right about it? My home, help me say my home, ought to be a holy house. Am I right about it? Jesus told the man, go home, show what great things that the Lord has done to thee. I want to know what's going on. What's going on in your home? Say yes, Lord. Your house ought to be a place where folk can see Jesus. Your house ought to be a place where the Spirit of the Lord can meet you there. Say yes, Lord. At the house, something is going on. People are in your house, coming in, and sometimes they're going over. They stop by. They see you in your house, but you're leaving a message. And I want to ask you a few questions. Do your loved ones, do they see you as a genuine saint? Do your loved ones see you as a Christ-like being? Do your loved ones see you as a genuine Christian at home? Are y'all listening to me? Are you known at your house for faith in God? Or are you known at your own house for fault finding? You'd be surprised what's going on at the house. Tell the Lord, yes. Do you appear holy at church and hateful at home? Say yes, Lord. What does it look like at home? Are you saintly at the church and sour at home? How many believe tonight it's easy to live saved at the church house for these few little minutes? But what are you doing when you leave the church house and go to your house? Tell the Lord, yes. Is your home a place of praise? Or is your home a place of pouting to your glory in the goodness of God in your house? Do you give God thanks in your house? If every now and then you're singing a praise in your spirit in your house? Tell the Lord, yes. Do you have a prayer closet in your house? I'm not talking about a place where you keep your clothes. I'm not talking about going in that room. But do you spend some quiet time in your house? Y'all ain't saying nothing. Is your house an outpost for outreach with the gospel of Christ? In other words, do people come to you for some advice, saying, can you tell me something? What shall I do about this problem? Do they come to you because you saved and sanctified? Tell the Lord, yeah. You know, on my job, when certain people are going through some problems, they don't go to the homeowner. They don't go to the old liar. But they come to the preacher because they see something in Brother Wales. They told me, take the Lord along with you everywhere you go. I take him home with me. I take him to my house. And my house is a Christ-like house. Say yes, Lord. This brother was delivered. He obeyed Jesus. He started home. And after a while, he spread the word about Jesus, what he did for him. Say yes, Lord. Our people that are neighbors in the community, they ought to know whose house is sanctified. The community ought to know where the saints are. Say yes, Lord. I believe I'll come on in. Y'all gonna help me a little while. The people in the community ought to know where the saints live. Families should be brought to Christ. The neighborhood need to be evangelized. We need to be reaching the world, one community at a time. So in my conclusion, when Jesus, he returned, multitudes of people were waiting on him. This delivered man wanted to follow Jesus, but he went back home. Say yes, Lord. He was faithful at his house. He called many people to believe in Jesus. We need to make our homes a house of mission. Somebody, let me say somebody. Somebody ought to see Jesus in me. And when I go home, they don't need to see fussing and fighting. They don't need to see a bunch of hell raisers. They don't need to see a bunch of cursing. They don't need to see beer cans in my garbage can. Are y'all listening to me? I don't need to go to your house and when I knock on your door to come visit the sick, you got to tell me, stay outside. 10 minutes, a little while. I got to get some stuff in order. And you're hiding the ashtrays. You're hiding the bad magazines. You're hiding the Pabst Blue Ribbon. You're hiding the slits. You're hiding the Old English. You're hiding the Bud Light. You're hiding the Old English and the the single G and the Wild Turkey and the Crown Royal. Y'all ain't gonna help me. The preacher, I said a preacher ought to be able to come in a holy house. Lift your hand and say, Lord, I want my house holy. Come on in my house. Come on in. I don't want nothing to run Jesus out of my house. I want Jesus to live in my house with me. Tell the Lord, I may get sick, but I need Jesus to hear my prayer.